Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. I am so grateful that you are here. My name is Nikki and I use my clairaudient and channeling abilities to help people find the magic within. If you're new here, welcome. Please be sure to hit the subscribe button and the notification bell so you'll be notified when I upload new videos every week. Today, I will be channeling messages from loved ones who have crossed over. I felt called to do this reading because during my meditation that I have been doing every morning, I am feeling very strongly that there are some energies that have some messages that they would like me to bring through some card readings, messages that you need to hear. So that's what this video is all about. In the next part of the video, you will see 3 different piles. Please meditate on the pile that is speaking to you and go to the timestamps that I provide down below to go directly to your reading from there. Also, if any part of a message does not resonate, just know that message is not for you. Don't try to force something that does not fit. Only take what resonates and leave what does not. Let's jump into the readings. Hey pile number 1, welcome to your reading. What messages do your passed on loved ones have for you? I have your pile right here. Let's see what your cards say. We have complacency, weight, I create mindful moments throughout the day, reminding myself that I am love and miracles are natural. Wanting more for others puts me into an energy of abundance. Allow your work to become your art. Develop an attitude of gratitude. You make mistakes, mistakes don't make you. Be brave, little one. Crow. Fox. Crocodile. And your final card is I am at peace. Divine peace and harmony surround me and dwell in me. I feel tolerance, compassion, and love for all people, myself included. Okay, pile number 1. So there's 2 cards I'm really being drawn to first and foremost here. The first is complacency, and the other one is I am at peace. So your loved one who has passed on wants you to know that they are at peace. And they are actually showing me how some of you have asked out loud, are you at peace? or this was a question you had when you clicked on this pile. Your passed on loved one is saying, yes, I am at peace and you deserve to be at peace as well, because they're showing that there's still the grieving process is taking place, which is 100% okay. There isn't a time limit as to how long you grieve someone who has left this world. And that's what I'm being shown with the complacency card. If you look very closely, the lady on the card is crying, and your loved one wants you to know that they are with you during these moments, because when you're focusing your thoughts on your loved one and you're bringing through that emotion of grief, they feel that on an energetic level. And I'm being shown how they actually will sit next to you, stand by you. Some even place their hand on your shoulder. Some will even hug you. And some of you are also very sensitive to energies, and I feel like you have felt their presence with you. It feels different for everybody, but most often it might feel like a tingling sensation, or like a chill. You might feel like them embracing your neck with their head. It's just this very warm embrace that they are giving you in the moment where you are grieving, but they've never truly left, and they want you to know that they are at peace, and they want you to be at peace as well. So I'm going to place my hand on this complacency card and open up my clairaudience and listen for any messages they specifically have for you about this complacency. Thank you, Spirit. What messages do you have for your loved ones? The first word that I heard was chill and also calm. So I feel like this resonates with the I am at peace card, letting you know that they are no longer suffering, that the energy around them is this very calm energy. And they're pointing out like chills, the word chill. So that's reminiscent of the cold sensation that we were just talking about. You also might feel like energetic chills that they are around you. What else? Thank you, Spirit. Yeah, just all this like peaceful energy, relax, chill, calm. What else, Spirit? I'm being shown how when they were alive, that they're showing me how some of you like to have your head massaged, and they're showing me that they still do that now sometimes when you're just going about your everyday activities, they will like scratch your head or like play with your hair a little bit just to let you know that they are there. What else, Spirit? Thank you. For those of you who are dancers, they love to watch you dance. They're very proud of you. And they're showing me how some of you have, in a sense, placed that on hold. And this isn't just for those of you who are dancers. This is also for those of you who have put like a dream on hold due to this grieving that you have been going through. But I'm also being shown, like with the seasons on the card here, that this has been going on for a long time. This is something that you haven't really been able to let go of. And it is, in a sense, that grief that might still be trapped within you, that maybe you haven't fully allowed yourself to feel. It has, in a sense, held you back from pursuing your dreams. And your loved one is saying, allow yourself to grieve, those of you who haven't, because you don't want that emotion to stay trapped in your body, because it can manifest physically. I actually know this because I experience what is called ambiguous grief, because my mother lives in a nursing home, and this was a situation that I didn't want to accept, and I didn't fully allow myself to grieve the relationship that I once had with her. I've found it difficult to accept things the way that they are, and it manifested as, in a sense, like blockages in my lungs. I actually had to have an inhaler for a very long time, for about a year and a half, because then once I came into the awareness about this, I've been able to allow myself to grieve and let that pain go. So there's some passed on loved ones here that are saying, allow yourself to grieve and don't let that grief hold you back from pursuing your dancing dream or any other dream that you have for yourself. Don't allow yourself to be complacent because of that grief, okay? Allow yourself to feel your emotions. I'm going to place my hand on the I am at peace card and see what else Spirit wants to tell you. I'm hearing the word closure, letting go. This, for some of you, this has been very difficult for you to let go of, because this is someone that you really love and value. And I'm being shown how you've been worried about how things have been on the other side for them. Is their soul at peace? Because I'm being shown that there was something that didn't really receive closure within you when they passed on. For some of you, I'm being shown that you didn't get to say goodbye before they passed on. This is almost like reminiscent of not making it to the hospital in time, and then they passed on before you got there to say your final goodbyes. I'm being shown that they don't want you to be hard on yourself for that. They are at peace, and you have so many memories with them that they've taken with them. They want you to focus on the good, and they don't want you to remember them in the sense of you not being able to say goodbye. Because they're showing me when you attended the funeral, that is also a process of saying goodbye. Your energy in itself and the love you've had for this person, they know how loved they are. They know how much you loved them, and they love you. They want you to know that. They love you very much. So they want you to know all is well with them. They are at peace, and they're saying let go of that guilt that you're feeling about not having that closure of being able to say goodbye to them, because they passed on when they were meant to. And everything that happens in our life, it's not a coincidence. It happened the way that it was supposed to, okay? So don't beat yourself up about this. And they do still come and visit you. So they want you to know all is well. They are at peace, and they love you so, so much. We have the wait card here. So there's some passed on loved ones here who are telling you to wait on something. Thank you. Those who are giving the message of wait, what do you mean? What do you want everyone on pile number 1 who has this message? What do they need? What are you telling them to wait on? There's something here about flying. What else, Spirit? Thank you. Something about waiting to take a trip. Why would they need to wait to take this trip? Thank you. I'm being shown that some of you are wanting to take a trip or wanting to fly somewhere, and your passed on loved one is coming through very strong right now to tell you to wait, because there's something that needs your attention more right now, and it's in terms of another family member. There's a family member who needs your help with something. What is this in regards to? I'm being shown that it's a younger member of your family. I'm being shown that there's some type of issue or some type of conflict going on with this young person, and your passed on loved one is saying to give your attention to this young person, because there's something about you, some type of advice you'll be able to give, some type of conflict resolution, and they're saying that you have the right words to say, the right course of action to give to this young person. They're saying before you go on this trip to give your attention to this person. It's very, very important, because what I'm being shown is if you go on this trip, things will get worse while you're on this trip, and you can bring peace to this situation before you go on this trip. So it's very, very important. If there's some type of a conflict with someone young within your family, and they're saying to wait to go on this trip, to bring your perspective in the loving way that you do, and allow yourself to be heard in this moment, because you're going to help this young person, this situation, okay? So this is just a suggestion from your passed on loved one, and they're being very adamant about that. So take that as it resonates. Next, we have, I create mindful moments throughout the day, reminding myself that I am love and miracles are natural. Okay, so what messages are you bringing through for pile 1? Thank you. Yeah, someone here is saying mind your mindset, that they want you to know how powerful your thoughts are. And if you find yourself in this darkness or things just not going right, that they want you to know how powerful you are and how you can create mindful moments for yourself throughout the day. That's how powerful you are. And they want you to remember that you are love, and that miracles actually are very, very natural when you truly believe in them. Pile number 1. So they want you to keep reminding yourself of this. That's why it says reminding yourself that you are love and that miracles are natural when you 100% believe in them. So I'm going to place my hand on the card again and see what else wants to come through. Yeah, they're saying tap into the energy of joy. Joy is a very, very powerful emotion. And when you combine the emotion of joy with positive thoughts and positive beliefs, you're unstoppable. You really, truly are. So they're saying tap into the energy of all the things that bring you joy. And you're like, I'm being shown like, there's this question of, well, how can I feel joy if that's not how I really feel? Well, the key is to do something you love, because the moment you put your focus on something that you love, you're already eliciting that emotion of joy. Okay? So when you continue that momentum with doing something that you love, that emotion is already elicited. So it's not about forcing yourself to feel joy. It's about just doing what is natural to you and feeling that joy automatically. Joy will automatically be felt if you do something you love, pile number one. That is a given. Next we have wanting more for others puts me into an energy of abundance. Okay, so this is going with the motivation card, develop an attitude of gratitude. So there's a passed on loved one here who is giving you the message of being grateful for the good already in your life. Okay, so I'm going to place my hand on this card and this motivational card and see what messages are coming through, because I'm hearing specifically from you, your subconscious mind is kind of being very loud right now, and it's saying, I don't see any good here. I don't see any good. So your passed on loved one wants to point out some of the good things and then wants you to start this practice of being grateful for them. So what is the good that you want to magnify in pile number one's life, spirit? What do you want to help them see? The first thing I heard is a job that you have, because you're able to provide for yourself and those you love. They're saying be grateful for the job that you have, even if this is not something that it's not your passion, because when you are still grateful in that moment for a job that doesn't bring you joy, you're still shifting the energy, and it will open up your perspective to everything that does bring you joy, because you're allowing yourself to accept your current circumstance where you're at and being grateful for the good in your life right now. And then it will open up other avenues, other possible timelines of those of ways that you can move towards that joy. So if you're at a job right now where you're not happy, your passed on loved one is saying to be grateful for the good that this job has brought you, and that will shift your perspective and help open up other avenues to help you move towards your joy. It will help you get really clear about what it is you want, because you're allowing yourself to see the good in the situation right now. What else? Thank you. Yeah, they're pointing out this card, wanting more for others puts me into an energy of abundance. What is this specifically in regards to? Thank you. Yeah, they want you to know that there is plenty for everyone in this universe. It is actually a condition and a certain type of programming that has taken place on Earth that has kept a lot of people in a lack mindset, thinking that there will never be enough money or that we have to compare ourselves to other people. And your loved one is saying to celebrate the successes of other people, because I'm being shown that there's some person in your life there's some type of success here. And I do feel that it is a sibling. I feel that it's a sibling for a lot of you, or a family member of some sort who is having a lot of success, and your loved one is saying be happy for them, because that will put you into an energy of abundance. And seeing their light is actually a reflection of your own inner light. You are not this person, and they can only bring their light into the world in their own unique way, and you're not meant to do it the same way that they are, because you have a unique light in a unique way that is meant to be shined into this world. So they're saying to be happy for the people in your life who are succeeding, because that will put you into an energy of abundance. And also to get yourself into the state of gratitude, because that's what will help you see the good in your life. Next, we have allow your work to become your art. So what are you saying here, Spirit? Thank you. Yeah, this just goes back to doing what you love, because when you do what you love, it will never feel like work. You are meant to jump out of bed every day being passionate, joyful, happy about how your day is going to go, what you're going to experience. Well, understanding that you can't control what other people do, you can only control how you respond to the situations. And a lot of times people want to react instead of respond. So it's important to get into that energy of responding instead of reacting. But whatever it is that you're here to do, it is your art. Your life is your message, and you have a lot of light to shine in the world through experiences that you've had, through certain talents that just radiate from you. And I am being drawn to the sun, the stars, the tree. I feel like where you're at right now, you're meant to make an impact where you're planted right now, just in your neighborhood where you're at. Like, you are a very bright light in your neighborhood, or wherever it is you are living. I'm also hearing apartment. I'm being shown that you have an impact on the people in your apartment complex. Like, they pick up on your energy. And I'm being shown just like how you impact their day positively. I'm being shown how the kind words that you give to the people in the area where you live, it has changed their day for the better every time you have done this. Because interestingly, they're showing me something very, very cool here. So they're showing me when you first moved in to this neighborhood or this complex, that it seemed like everything was they're showing me like a darker, bleaker energy. But I'm being shown how color has kind of taken place in this neighborhood or this apartment complex. And they're showing me you can see this because you'll see members of your community have placed flowers outside of their door. There's just a pop of color. The energy is just so much more vibrant because you moved in. And it is really cool. Like, look how big this sun is over this neighborhood. Your energy is that impactful. And it's also, if you have been doing something creative in your apartment, in your house, wherever it is you live, that joyful energy has been affecting everyone in the building or everyone in the neighborhood. You're brilliant. Wow. Yeah. Like, I feel chills all over my body. They're just like, yes, that's what they needed to hear. So yeah, if you're seeing that light radiate from your neighborhood, you contributed to that with your energy. And that is how powerful you are. And your passed on loved one wanted you to know that. I'm also hearing ancestor. So there are ancestors from your lineage a long time ago who wanted you to know that as well. Very cool, pile number 1. Next we have, you make mistakes, mistakes don't make you. So yeah, this is just another message to not be hard on yourself. We are supposed to learn from our mistakes, and mistakes are inevitable, okay? Nobody here on earth goes through life without making a single mistake. It's how we learn, it's how we grow. So I'm going to place my hand on this card and see what your loved one would like to tell you about this. Yeah, they're showing me like someone who paints or draws, and how if you make one mistake, how that just like ruins the whole drawing for you. I'm seeing like you tear the paper off, crumble it up, and like throw it away. And they're saying when it comes to those type of artwork, that those are easy to cover up with like other painting, or you could use some type of an eraser to correct it or whatever. But they're also showing me that sometimes the things that you think are mistakes are actually what are bringing that piece to life, because it shows that it's okay to not be perfect. And sometimes people resonate with that more, because when something is like perfect, it can in a sense put people off sometimes, because it can kind of like raise up these feelings of, oh, I have to be perfect, you know. But when a piece of artwork in any sense of the word, like this could be even like writing a book and having typos in it. I don't know how many times I've read books that have typos in it, but they are like New York bestsellers. Like they still go on to make millions of dollars and people still read them. People overlook the flaws. And it's just like a reminder that nobody's perfect and that those mistakes don't define who you are. But I'm being shown that when you've made a mistake, it actually, in a sense, has brought your artwork to life. And when you like rip that page off or crumple it, it just creates this energy of not feeling good enough, and just keeps perpetuating that mistakes are bad or you shouldn't make them. And that's not true. Sometimes your mistakes are the golden piece to the puzzle for the artwork that you are creating, pile number 1. And that's what your loved one wants you to know, that sometimes those mistakes is just the piece that you needed for that artwork. So in another sense here, if this is like a mistake in terms of like, for example, at work, making a mistake, and then like your boss or your coworkers being hard on you about it, and then you thus being hard on yourself, your loved one is saying don't let that energy in, because this is just a learning experience for you to learn and grow from. And sometimes we make mistakes so we can learn the lesson so that we don't make that mistake again. But sometimes mistakes are the thing that will propel a career forward, or will just have a different message for you. Okay, so even though you make mistakes, the mistakes don't define you, is what your loved one wants you to know. Then we have be brave, little one. So your loved one wants you to have courage and be bold at this time. I'm going to place my hand on the card. What specific messages do you have here, Spirit? Thank you. I'm hearing the word tolerance. So they're showing me that you've been tolerating something. What is this, Spirit? Thank you. I'm hearing a friend. Some of you have been tolerating a friend who hasn't been the kindest to you. And your loved one is saying to be brave in these situations and not put up with how this person is treating you. Sometimes it's better to walk away if this person leaves you feeling more anxious or negative in nature. Pay attention to the energy. What else, Spirit? Thank you. I'm hearing the word script. So I feel like this person that you've been tolerating has not really been honest with you. And it's almost like they script what they're going to tell you before they say it. Like they think through what they're going to say because in their mind, they're like, they know that you're just going to go along with what they're saying. Like they feel like they can say anything to you and you'll believe it, is what I'm being shown. What else, Spirit? Thank you. Yeah, this person is jealous of you. And that's where we're getting the energy of wanting more for others puts me into an energy of abundance. The reason why you might have had that jealous energy is because you're taking on the energy from someone else where this energy isn't even yours to begin with. There's a person here very strongly feeling a friend vibe that is jealous of you, and you've taken on their energy because you're very sensitive to energies, is what I'm being shown. And that energy isn't yours. But you can command that energy to leave, and also by wanting more for others, it will help you take back your power. Like, I feel like this person, for some of you, it's almost like this feeling of being afraid to really say what you need to say to them because you know how they'll react. But your loved one is saying to be brave, that you're stronger than you give yourself credit for. And if you've been wanting to end this friendship or this relationship, whatever this energy is that I'm picking up on here, you can do it in a loving way. Sometimes the most loving thing you can do is to walk away. So your loved one is saying to be brave in this situation. Next we have Crow. What is the message with the Crow, Spirit? Thank you. I'm just hearing the noises that a crow makes, like caw, caw, like someone who won't stop talking. Like I'm being shown someone who won't stop talking. What is this, Spirit? I'm being shown how you can't get a word in because this person just is like caw, 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 like just keeps talking without letting you get a word in. And sometimes it's okay to interrupt people so you can get your point across. You can do so in a polite way. Because typically people think interrupting is not polite, but sometimes it's okay to do. It's just discerning the situation and the energy that the person is perpetuating. What else? What other messages with the crow here? You transmute negative energies. See how the crow is in black and white, and it's sitting on top of this egg that is very colorful. Well, that colorful egg I'm being shown represents you. And with your light, you're transmuting negative energies. But sometimes when the energy is very toxic, it can try to override your light. And that's kind of what's happening here. There's someone here who wants to dim your light. See how the light on the card is very minimal compared to the shadows on the card? And the crow is sitting on top of the color. It's almost like trying to dim the light down. So there's someone in your life who's trying to dim your light, and your loved one is pointing this out, wants to bring this awareness to you, saying don't let your light be dimmed. What other messages are with this card? Thank you. Yeah, I'm just hearing stifle, stuff down, like being drawn back to the sun in this neighborhood here. That's how bright your light is when you allow yourself to shine that bright. Don't let anybody sit on top of your light like this and just try to push you down and back into the earth. You are too big of a light in this world to allow that to happen. And the color still is what is the most impactful on this card. That's what people are drawn to, is the light on this card and the color. You bring color to people's life, and this person, whoever this is, has been trying to dim that. Don't let them dim it. Next we have the fox. What message do you have with the fox spirit? Thank you. Yeah, the fox is very clever and very sly. And also there's just a very calm energy from the fox. Like, I feel like you're someone who has a very calm energy, but also very intelligent with how you go about situations. What else, Spirit? Thank you. Hearing the word scoop, like kind of like being shown like Fritos scoops. What's the message here with scoop? Thank you. Being shown like measuring cups. Perhaps some of you are cooks and you make food in a very unique way. It's very clever, and people love your food. I'm also being shown like scoops in a garden. Perhaps some of you are gardeners and you plant really beautiful flowers. What else, Spirit? Thank you. I'm hearing foxtrot for those of you who are dancers. I'm being shown that this foxtrot dance that you've done is just absolutely brilliant. So I'm seeing that some of you actually dance with partners. Now I'm also hearing you're a fox, as in like very attractive. Like you have this like elegant way that you move, is what I'm being shown. So clever, intelligent, very cool foxtrot for those of you who are dancers. And something with cooking with a scoop, which I don't know how that relates to a fox. How does the fox relate to the scoop? Oh, like it's like in on the scoop, like gossip, but I still don't know how that relates to a fox. But I'm hearing don't engage in gossip. Any other messages with the fox, Spirit? Yeah, they're just pointing out like how you take care of your appearance, how like well groomed you are. Like, look how well groomed the fox looks. They're just saying you do a good job and that you're beautiful or handsome. The last card is crocodile. What messages do you have with the crocodile? I feel like this is pertaining to this toxic energy. Yeah, they're saying beware of this type of person. Someone who has a tendency to like snap and bite at like moments that you don't think that they will. What else? I'm actually being shown how sometimes your loved one has tried to prevent you from going to hang out with this person. How did you do that? Something with an envelope or something with the mail. Like, I feel like you got a missed call from this friend, but instead of answering the call, like you had to answer the door for the mailman or something like that is what I'm being shown, something similar to that. It's just like little things like that that your loved one will do to try to prevent you from going and hanging out with this person because they don't like to see you harmed by this person. It hurts them. They love to see you happy. And they're saying that when you value yourself, you won't hang out with people who don't value you because you recognize that you deserve to have loving, nurturing friends in your life. So, yeah, they're saying be mindful of this crocodile in your life, pile number 1. But ultimately, the main message here is that your loved one is at peace. They want you to know that, to allow your work to become your art. Be grateful for the good in your life. For some of you, need to wait on taking that trip and help a young one with something. Mind your mindset, believe in miracles, want more for others because there is no lack in the universe. There is plenty for everyone. You make mistakes, mistakes don't make you. Allow yourself to grieve as long as you need to, but don't let that complacency hold you back from your dreams. Be brave about standing up for yourself. Don't allow people to dim your light. And just know that you are a fox, whoever you are. You're sly, you're clever, you are intelligent. That is all that I am seeing, pile number 1, and hearing. So I'd like to thank your passed on loved ones for coming through and bringing these messages. If your reading resonated, if you enjoyed it, please be sure to like, subscribe, comment down below, and I will see you on the next one. Bye. Hey, pile number 2, welcome to your reading. What messages do your passed on loved ones have for you? I have your pile right here. Let's see what your cards say. Rejection. Get more information. Trust. In every moment, the universe is conspiring to bring me toward right-minded thinking and the energy of love. I'm in awe of the magnificent guidance that's available to me. Your lighthouse guides your home to the stars. Snake. Scorpion. Be kind to unkind people. They need it the most. Take the risk or lose the chance. Wisdom begins in wonder. Just because you haven't found your talent yet doesn't mean you don't have one. If you obey all the rules, you miss all the fun. You are beautiful. And your final card is, the point of power is always in the present moment. The past is over and done and has no power over me. I can begin to be free in this moment. Today's thoughts create my future. I am in charge. I now take my own power back. I am safe and I am free. Okay, pile number 2. So I would like to start with the rejection card. So I'm going to place my hand and see what your loved one would like to bring through with this card, what messages they have. Thank you. What messages do you have for pile number 2 with the rejection card? I'm hearing accident or kind of having like different thoughts in terms of what happened around this person who passed on, like not accepting the story around how they passed on. Like there's some type of like rejecting, refusing to believe how they passed on was how they really passed on. And also there's this feeling of rejection, of not wanting to let go or accept that this person has passed on. So there's like two different dynamics here. What messages do you have? I just keep hearing truth, truth, truth. Like it's the truth. Like they're saying the way that you're thinking isn't the truth. What do you mean, Spirit? Yeah, there's something about the autopsy here for some of you, which is interesting because the card right next to that says get more information, because that will provide you with the clarity that you need. And they're saying to trust that the truth is being revealed. Like there's something about not believing this person who passed on, how they passed on was how they passed on. But there's something here about the autopsy, or maybe having it looked at again. What are you trying to say? Thank you. Something with a binder that has information in it. Something with a binder, like a medical. I'm hearing murder. Yeah, I'm being shown like a gunshot is how this person passed on. Yeah, there's a lot of justice that wants to be brought through. And they're showing me that you're refusing to accept what you're being told about their death. But they're saying that the autopsy will reveal more truth. For those of you who have been questioning this, the autopsy will bring to light certain information. There's also something to do with a binder, like showing like a history of medical. Oh, I see. This passed on loved one who's talking to me right now, they're saying that this is a yeah, I feel this one very strongly, but I'm being shown that for some of you, this passed on loved one, they took their own life, is what I'm being shown. Some specifically with a gun. And there's other methods here as well, but that's not the important part of this, okay? But they're showing me that an autopsy will reveal the truth about that, because some of you are refusing to believe that your loved one did this, and I'm being shown that they did, and that there's a medical binder that will show you the proof of their medical history, particularly in terms of their mental health, and because they did attempt to get help for this in the past, and they want you to know that. Oh man, I can feel that so strongly. They're saying get more information and trust that the truth is what it is, even if it's not one that you want to accept, okay? Yeah, there's something here to do with a medical binder of their mental health history. Is there anything else you want your loved one to know? Thank you for bringing these messages through. I know this isn't easy. Okay, this isn't easy to hear, but they're saying that this is the way it had to be. Why is that? They're saying in time you will see. They're saying in time you will see. And they're drawing me to this snake card. There's a karmic cycle within your ancestral lineage that for some of you there's a very strong karmic cycle of suicide in your ancestral lineage. It has just like kind of wrapped itself around the energies of the people in your family. Because I'm being shown that they're showing me that this isn't the only person in your family who has done this. There's also somebody that's lying, because right as I pulled up this snake card, I had a call on my phone that said scam likely. They want you to know that someone is lying. Someone here is lying. Okay, who's lying? The first word they said loud and clear was mom. They said mom is lying. What is she lying about? What's being lied about? Something to do with money. There's something here to do with money being lied about, and also for some of you, your mom knew the truth about the mental health of the passed on loved one. What else? They can't give me all of the information, but they said that you know what I'm talking about. Because they're showing me that you've questioned whether the truth was being told to you. Like, you already feel it on an energetic level. Any other messages with this snake card? Yeah, they're showing me that you are the one who is going to shine light on this. They're really wanting you to do some more research in regards to their medical history and mental health, and that you are the lighthouse that is going to shine light on this issue. And I'm being shown that you'll do it in a very loving way, okay? Because I'm being drawn to the card that says, be kind to unkind people. They need it the most. So let me place my hand on this card. Is this in regards to your mom? The mom? Yes. And other people in your life too. This is a general message for everyone on this pile. It's important to be kind to unkind people, because it's a cycle that has been perpetuated. And there's also a cycle of lying. So this the cycle of lying and deception, it's you're the one that's going to help break it, because you're shining truth on this. You're the one that's going to help break the cycle once and for all. But you have to do some more research here in terms of what happened with the autopsy, and also in terms of the medical history of your loved one who passed on. I am picking up on for some of you this is a brother, for some of you a sister, but I'm picking up very strongly like a brother. But yeah, you're the one that's going to shine light on this. And if it doesn't resonate with you about like suicide or a gun or any of those details, you're still going to be the one to shine light on this situation with your loved one that's passed on. Like there is something very strongly being lied about in regards to this, but the more research that you do, and I'm also hearing meditation and connecting with your own inner spirit, because we have the card, I'm in awe of the magnificent guidance that's available to me. And this will help you be guided to the truth, because I'm also hearing raise your vibration, because the more you raise your vibration, honesty and truth is in the love frequency. So as you raise your vibration, anyone who's being untruthful with you, that light will shine and you will just automatically know. You might have a dream about this. You might have a vision out of nowhere. You may get energetic confirmation from your angels, your spirit guides. The truth is coming. So just your loved one is saying trust that the truth around this situation that has taken place, the truth is coming. So your loved one is really saying to focus more on the energy of love at this time, because that is what will help the truth be revealed, and that you can break this pattern. Because see how the snake is kind of like has its grips over this amazing grid of light. In this essence, the grid of light represents your ancestors and your ancestral lineage. And once you bring that light through, it will just break away so that the light can continue to spill out. So it all starts with you healing yourself first. In every moment, the universe is conspiring to bring me toward right-minded thinking and the energy of love. So yes, your loved one and the universe, the divine, your angels, they're all saying, let love guide you during this, because this is definitely not something that is easy. I am hearing shadow work, so this is something that's coming to light here, and I do feel very strongly that this is something you've been trying to learn the truth about for a long time. Like, I don't feel like this is recent, because we have the point of power is always in the present moment. So there's been a lot of lingering in the past, and your loved one and your guides, they're telling you to stay present right now in the moment, because if we stay focused in the past or focused in the future, if we stay there, then we're missing out on life right now. So your power is in the now, right now. So continue to work on a positive mindset to get you into a place that will help you bring a more loving energy to this situation. That's why we have be kind to unkind people. They need it the most. So I do feel that this person has been lying, specifically a mother figure here. Sending this person love will help to bring the truth out more strongly and more quickly. But being unkind to this person, continuing to fight with this person, this will just keep you from the truth that you want to learn about, okay? So there's a need to bring more love into this situation. Send love to this person. You can do it energetically if this is someone that you're not talking to right now, okay? So right-minded thinking and the energy of love is what is going to just transcend this situation, heal yourself, bring the truth to the forefront, and help you break this karmic pattern. So there's a karmic pattern of lying, there's a karmic pattern of negative thoughts, and also that of for some of you, family members who have resorted to suicide. And I also did hear murder as well. So there's just truth coming out about all of these different things, okay? So I am being drawn to the Scorpion card here. So I'm going to place my hand on this card and see what is coming through. Thank you, Spirit. What messages do you have with Scorpion? I don't know, the tail kind of looks like hair. They're like pointing out the tail for some reason. Like the tail end, perhaps? And see how the tail is like exuding this like red energy? Well, the color of the root chakra is red, and that really epitomizes fear. So there is like this energy of fear. What's going on with the Scorpion card? The Scorpion also has a tendency to like pinch or sting. Like I feel like I'm being shown this person who doesn't say nice things, who stings with their words. What else with the Scorpion? Yeah, I'm hearing fear factor. Have you seen that show Fear Factor where they like actually dump scorpions on top of the people and they have to face their fears. So there is a fear here that has to be faced in regards to something. They're also pointing out the horoscope sign Scorpio. So I feel like something took place in the month of November, or this person is a Scorpio. Any other message from the Scorpion card? For some, there was a fire. I'm being shown how someone accidentally set their hair on fire once, because look, like the tail looks like hair, and it almost looks like fire being set fire to. There's something about a fire here, something that burned in a fire. What are you pointing out about the fire? Thank you. I'm hearing accident. So if some of you lost someone in a fire, it was an accident. The fire was accidentally set. It wasn't ill-intentioned, is what I'm being shown. Next we have take the risk or lose the chance. What's your message here, Spirit? Thank you. Yes, some of you have an opportunity to do something really cool, and your loved one is encouraging you to take the risk because they don't want you to miss out on opportunities like they did because of what transitioned with their life. They want you to live life fully in the present moment right now. They're saying take every chances with your dreams. And they're saying that they are so proud of you for the things you have accomplished. They've been right there with you. They've never really left. You're never alone. So they have seen all of the great things that you have done. And they know how much you love them. So they're saying don't miss out on opportunities because life is short. Next we have wisdom begins in wonder. So what's the message here? Yeah, they're just saying to get curious about certain things and trying them out. Because the card right next to that, just because you haven't found your talent yet doesn't mean you don't have one. So they're saying to get in this state of wonder and to try out new things. And if it doesn't work out, then try out something else, because life is meant to be explored with all these different experiences. And they're saying that just because you don't think you have a talent That does not mean that you don't have one. Every human being is born with unique gifts and talents. So they're saying to get curious about what your talents are and to tap into that joyful essence. And when you find something that you love and it evokes that emotion within you, then that's your key to keep moving forward. So they're saying get curious about certain things you want to transpire in your life. And if you obey all the rules, you miss all the fun. What's the message here? Yeah, someone here is saying nobody really cares if you break the rules. Like they might come off like they do, but in the end they're just aching to break the rules as well. Like I feel like this person was a major rule breaker. Like I am like getting like rebel vibes, someone who wasn't afraid to really speak their truth. And I feel like they're showing me that you guys got into trouble together and that you have that fun-loving nature within you, and they want to see you back in that energy. They're saying, think about the times where we broke the rules and we had so much fun. Like they want you to remember those times and like how you had all these fun stories to talk about after you did that and you would just laugh about it. They want you to remember the fun you had when you broke the rules. You don't always have to follow the rules. And who makes up rules anyway, right? I mean, it depends on the situation, but ultimately you have more fun when you break the rules. Yeah, you are beautiful. Your loved one wants you to know that you are so, so beautiful. And they're showing me that it really hurts them when you put yourself down. Like, they're saying, don't call yourself ugly. They're saying, affirm that positive mindset that you are beautiful because you are. And you have always been a light within your family, and they have always admired you. They have always admired you. So I'm going to place my hand on this card again and see what else they want to bring through here. Thank you. Yeah, I'm hearing the word rescue. They're showing me how you're the one that is going to rescue your ancestral lineage. You're the one that's going to shine light onto difficult truths within your family. And they also are kind of, it's also like this energy of coming to your rescue right now to help bring you these messages that's going to fuel you to go forward. And I'm also being shown how you also stood up for them when you guys were kids, and it's like you've always had each other's backs. And they're saying, even though I'm not around anymore, I still have your back. You are beautiful. So say that about yourself because it's true. So any other messages for pile number 2? Yeah, their final message is just radiate. Radiate that light. Don't let anyone dim it, pile number 2. And trust that the answers that you are looking for are coming. That's all I'm seeing. Those are your messages. If your reading resonated, if you enjoyed it, please be sure to like, subscribe, comment down below, and I will see you on the next one. Bye. Hey, pile number 3, welcome to your reading. What does your passed on loved ones have to tell you? I have your pile right here. Let's see what your cards say. We have isolation. You're ready. When I'm connected to my joyful presence, I attract support from the universe. The more I attune my energy with appreciation, the more the universe will deliver. Each evolutionary turn requires you to give up who you think you are. Earthworm. They told me I couldn't, that's why I did it. Be anything but predictable. Different doesn't mean wrong. I am willing to forgive. Forgiveness of myself and others releases me from the past. Forgiveness is the answer to almost every problem. Forgiveness is a gift to myself. I forgive and I set myself free. Loving others is easy when I love and accept myself. My heart is open. I allow my love to flow freely. I love myself. I love others, and others love me. There is plenty for everyone, including me. The ocean of life is lavish with its abundance. All my needs and desires are met before I even ask. My good comes from everywhere and everyone and everything. I am in the process of positive change. I am unfolding in unfulfilling ways. Only good can come to me. I now express health, happiness, prosperity, and peace of mind. Okay, pile number 3. So I would like to start with the isolation card. The first message that I'm getting is that there has been this sense of keeping oneself isolated, and the card right next to it is you're ready. So I feel like your passed on loved one is saying you're ready to break out of this isolation. So I'm going to place my hand on the isolation card and attune my clairaudience to hear what your loved one wants you to know. Thank you. What messages do you have for pile number 3? Yeah, the first thing I'm hearing is just accept invitations. I feel like people are inviting you to do things, or they will, and your loved one is saying to say yes to these opportunities, these invitations, because you will meet some really cool people, and it will get you connecting. Because if we've been in isolation for a very long time, it can actually hinder our healing. We heal in community. We don't heal in isolation. And your loved one is saying you're ready to break out of that. What else? Thank you. I'm hearing guppy, which is a type of fish. So that might mean something to some of you. What else? Thank you. They're saying there's a lot of fish out there, not in terms of just romantic, but also in terms of friendships and people that you'll meet once you allow yourself to accept more invitations and opportunities that are coming your way. What else? Thank you. Oh, some of you are going to school for something soon, and you will connect with some really cool people when you do that, when you go to school. This is starting soon, I'm seeing. Some of these invitations will come from people that you meet at school or a certain course that you're taking for something. Yeah, they're saying do something you love, move in the direction of things that you love to do, because they really love seeing you happy. And they're showing me there was something creative that they used to, a creative activity that they would do with you when you were either a young child or just throughout life. And they're showing me you guys laughing together, and they really value this moment. They love seeing you happy when you were tapping into this creativity. This was like some type of do-it-yourself projects, or something in the kitchen, even with like cooking, baking together, some type of activity you guys enjoyed together is what I'm being shown. Something you did together that they they're saying that those were some of the best times of their life that they spent with you, those memories that they cultivated with you. And they're saying these things that you love to do with me, invite people to do these things with you, because it will help you tap into that joyful presence, and they will be there with you while you're doing that. So if you love to bake with this person, invite a loved one to come bake with you to do that. They're saying that these things weren't just reserved for just you and them, that when they see you doing these things with other people, it's the memory staying alive. They're saying don't keep these things locked away like it was just meant for you and them. They're saying bring life into these things, and to share them with other people so the legacy can go on. There's like a legacy here with some type of creative project or some type of baking in the kitchen, a memory that you did with this person. Do this with someone else. Invite someone else to do this, because it's what keeps the memories alive, and you keep those memories going because they're perpetuated from the heart with love. But yeah, they're saying you're ready to break out of this isolation and to really connect with people, to put yourself out there, and that they've been with you. They always have. And the card next to that is, when I'm connected to my joyful presence, I attract support from the universe. So yeah, they're saying to do all the things that bring you joy, because it's one thing to say, oh, just feel joy and do that. No, the thing of it is that when you do something that you are really joyful about, that you love to do. So let's say, for example, you love to cook. The moment you start cooking, you are already eliciting that joy emotion within you, because it's something you love. You're not forcing yourself to feel the joy. You're eliciting the emotion of joy because you genuinely love cooking, or whatever it is that you love to do. Whatever you love to do, that is what elicits the joy emotion. So when you get in that joyful presence, you will attract more support from the universe to you, because you're radiating that high vibration of joy, peace, love, because you're focusing on what you love. So I'm going to place my hand on this card and see what your loved one has to say about this. Yeah, I'm hearing they don't really understand the isolation because you are a people person, is what they're saying. they're saying that this is a story that you've told yourself, in a sense. And that's what has been manifested because of that story that you've been telling yourself. So if you keep perpetuating thoughts of, I have social anxiety, or I isolate myself from others, then that's what you're going to keep creating in your reality, because that's what the story you're telling yourself. So they're saying be very mindful of what you are saying. And in order to shift your reality out of this isolation, which you're ready to do, you have to make a new decision. So if you keep isolating yourself and you keep saying, I'm isolated, then you can choose to make a new decision saying, I connect with people easily and effortlessly. Or you could put yourself into a situation where you invite people, you initiate the contact, and then you're showing the universe, hey, I am willing to make a new decision to shift out of this isolation energy. Because if you keep isolating yourself, that's what you're going to continue to create. If you want connection with people, then allow yourself to be in situations where you connect with people. The next card is, the more I attune my energy with appreciation, the more the universe will deliver. So yeah, your loved one is saying to get in a state of gratitude. Gratitude is something that can be practiced daily. And if you have a morning routine, making gratitude part of your morning routine, where it's like one of the first things you do, you're setting yourself up to look for the good in your day, okay? By being grateful for your day, telling yourself you're grateful you're going to have a positive day. Then you're not so focused on everything that could potentially go wrong. You're setting yourself up to look for the good. Like, I'm grateful for this amazing breakfast I'm going to eat. I'm grateful I'm going to get so much done. I'm grateful I'm going to be productive. I'm grateful I'm going to have a relaxing day. I'm grateful I'm going to connect with people more today. Like, you have the say in how your day is going to go. And attaching gratitude with that gets you in tune with the universal frequencies that much more. So what other messages do you have with this card, with gratitude and appreciation? Yeah, they're saying be grateful for the talent that you have. That is what will open up more opportunities with your talent. So we'll use cooking as an example again here. If you are an amazing baker or an amazing cook, just say, I am so grateful for my talent of cooking. I am so grateful for my talent of baking, or whatever it is for you. And that will open up opportunities in your life to experiencing more of those things that you love, to experience more of the things that you are talented at. So they're saying be grateful for the talents that you have, the gifts that you have, because those are meant to be shared in the world. Like, you're not meant to hide those away. You're meant to shine very brightly with your talents. And there's a unique way that only you can bring these into the world. What else? Thank you. Yeah, grateful for nature as well. There's something about nature that is in tune with your gift for some of you. There's something you do out in nature, and being appreciative of nature in its glory, the trees, the sky, the clouds, it will help shift your reality so that you see the beauty in nature. So I am hearing travel too. If you go for walks in nature and you take time to be appreciative and grateful for the things you see in nature, appreciate where you're at right now, the beauty in your life just becomes magnified, and just more opportunities for travel and being appreciative of where you're already at, so that you have more opportunities for travel open up so you can see more of the beauty in the world. Be grateful for the beauty in your world right now in nature, and that will help you bloom where you are planted and will help shift you to where you want to be. Next, we have each evolutionary turn requires you to give up who you think you are. So yeah, there's definitely some new truths you're coming into yourself right now. I feel like this is shadow work that's being done, certain shadow aspects, or just a new piece of the puzzle in terms of figuring out who you are. I'm going to place my hand on the card here. What other messages do you have with this? Thank you. Yeah, the card next to it is Earthworm. So Earthworm, definitely energies of getting grounded in nature. Earth is very a grounding energy, and that's where I was picking up on nature vibes. But also there's some type of cycle here. There's some type of cycle that you're breaking through with the Earthworm. And this cycle is helping you come into more about who you really are. Because a lot of times we think we know who we are, and then the universe is like, no, give up who you think you are. Let me show you who you are. So I'm going to place my hand on the card here. What messages do you have with Earthworm? And this number 11 card, which 11 is a number of truth. So being your authentic self, remembering your true authentic self, which ultimately is love, but there's a lot of other pieces that go into that when learning who you really are. I'm hearing environmentalist for some of you, something like, yeah, just something to be done in nature, because I'm being shown how you're understanding the connection between all things and how all of trees, animals, plants, the grass, they all have souls. And this is something you're coming into realizing right now. And there's something here with this cycle. What is this cycle with this earthworm? Yeah, they're showing me how after it rains and it starts to dry, how all of the worms come out onto the concrete and they have a tendency to get stuck to the concrete. There's a cycle here that they're showing me like stuck energy. And I feel very strongly it has to do with your creativity, because the colors on the card here are within the earthworm. So I feel like the more you get in tune with nature, if you're an environmentalist, doing what you can to help nature and plants and trees, this will kind of unravel that stuck energy. What else? Thank you. Yeah, there's a history of certain people in your family who didn't have the awareness that everything is connected, and I'm being shown trees that have been chopped down. I'm being shown like how there's just kind of been a disregard for plant life, and like you're here to help teach people how to honor plant life, because plants, before they have their soul contract on earth, like trees and flowers and certain herbs, they already know that they're here for us to, for some of them to eat, And you're here to help spread the word that it's important to honor the life of these plants and the trees, because we have to bless them with love to honor their life, because they actually make a lot of noise that we can't hear. There was a video of this scientist who hooked plants up to a graph machine and said certain negative phrases, and the graph actually showed that the plants were in fact screaming. And if we were more mindful of that, sending love to the plants, then they would know that their life was honored and that they had nothing to worry about. The same goes for animals that are consumed. Because a lot of times those animals aren't being killed with love. They're just being slaughtered with no regard for their life. And then that energy from the animal that suffered gets consumed by people who, who eat meat or whatnot, which there's nothing wrong with anybody who eats meat. I ate meat for 34 years and I didn't have this awareness either. And I know everything is by design, but these are things that you learn as you are growing spiritually, mentally, and physically. But yeah, there's something here about a lot of your missions to help honor plant life, animal life, the earth, just very in tune with nature, and to stop those toxic patterns within your ancestral lineage where people weren't the kindest to plant life or animals in that sense. This is something you're here to change and heal within your ancestral lineage and within the world as well. Next we have, they told me I couldn't, that's why I did it. So I feel like this is actually something that you can't stand to hear. If somebody tells you that you can't do something, it actually fuels you, is what I'm being shown. Your loved one says that when somebody tells you you can't do something, you're like, oh yeah, watch me. So this is something I'm being shown as you go about your mission. You're going to come across a lot of this. Like, there's going to be people who are like, these are just plants, okay? They don't feel anything. And you're going to be like, au contraire, mon frere. Like, seriously? No. Let me prove this to you. And you're going to have, I'm being shown, you'll have all of your studies to back up this research. Like, you're going to be part of a very powerful alliance that helps to take care of the environment, plants, animals, because they can't speak. So humans have to be the voice for them, because we can't hear them screaming in the frequency that we are currently in. And your loved one is saying you're going to come across a lot of resistance from people. They're going to say, no, you can't do this. And that's just going to fuel you even more, okay? So don't ever continue to not let people tell you you can't do something, because that's just not who you are. You're here to make a difference with that. So when they tell you that you can't, that's just going to fuel you that much more, pile number 3. Next we have, be anything but predictable. Okay, what's the message with this? Thank you. Yeah, you're going to catch a lot of people off guard. They won't, your loved one is saying that you've always been someone to cover all your bases. You'll research something, you will be able to counter any argument that comes at you. They're not going to be able to see you coming, okay? And that's how you're going to have the advantage over these people who want to try to put a damper on your mission, okay? So Yeah, I'm being shown that you're going to cover all your bases, and it's just important for you to not be predictable so they can't like predict your next move as to what you're going to do. Like, they're going to try to just, like, I'm seeing the people that you're going to deal with, like, they're going to try to make your clan of, like, I see you doing this with more than one person. Like, this is a group. This is like like your soul tribe that you're working with. And they're going to try to make you guys like feel stupid, and you're going to be prepared for that. So just cover your bases like you always do so they can't see what your next move is when you get to this point of this mission. And yeah, your loved one wants you to know that different doesn't mean wrong. So you're validating the lives of animals and plants, and yeah, you're going to come across a lot of resistance from people who try to tell you that you're wrong. That does, just because you're being different about how the way you're going about this, because you want to save the souls of plants and animals, that does not mean that you are wrong or you are crazy or you are stupid, okay? Different does not mean wrong. It just means that you have a perspective that is different and you have the right to be listened to. And plants and animals really need our voice in the world to help them because we are all connected. So I'm going to place my hand on this card and see what else your loved one has to say. Yeah, they're saying that your uniqueness, the fact that you are different, is what makes you special and is what's always made you stand out. And they're showing me that's kind of like what has fueled this isolation energy, like the thought of being not like everybody else or being different from everyone else. This is actually your superpower. Okay? You're not meant to be like everybody else. And that would be really boring anyway. It's cool to see people bring their unique perspective into the world, something that hasn't been brought before. Like I see a lot of like methods being created with you and this group of people, and they're different. But just because people tell you that they're different, it doesn't mean that you are wrong, pile number 3. Next we have, I am willing to forgive. So what's going on here with the forgiveness card? They're saying that there's nothing wrong with you having wanted to take this time for isolation or solitude. I mean, they're both very different things. There's a difference between them. But this time that you have spent by yourself, there's nothing wrong with that. So if you're being hard on yourself about having spent so much time alone, there is no time that's wasted there, okay? You have done what you needed to do. There's a lot of healing that takes place in that type of energy as well. So don't be hard on yourself if you feel like you've been just, like, I'm hearing wasting time. There is no time that's wasted here. All of that time has been spent very valuable because it's helping you to get in tune with who you really are. Okay? What else with I am willing to forgive? Okay, so first and foremost, forgiveness is not something that can be forced. But when you get to that point and you are willing to forgive people in your life who have hurt you, then this is something you are doing for yourself. We never ever forgive for the other people. We forgive because We don't want those emotions to stay trapped in the body. That hurt, that anger, if we can't forgive, then medical conditions will manifest in the body. So, being willing to forgive, you're freeing yourself. And you're not condoning what the other person has done. You were just letting it go for yourself. It's always for yourself when it comes to forgiveness, okay? So your loved one is saying to perhaps ponder forgiving certain people in your life. Like really think about it. They're not like coming from a place of you need to do this. It's not like that energy at all. It's just think about it and know that you don't deserve to hold on to that anger anymore. Okay? Next, we have loving others is easy when I love and accept myself. Okay, so I think that's where this forgiveness card is. There's someone who you found it difficult to radiate love to. What's going on with this card? Thank you. Yeah, they're saying that you have so much love to give. Like you value all life. And I'm just being shown that that's always been a part of who you are. Like you've always strongly cared about all living things. But your loved one is saying to really bring that love to all things in the world, you first and foremost have to love yourself, and it will just create this ripple effect where then it's much easier to love other people as well, especially those who it may be difficult to send love to if they have done difficult things to us. So what else with this card? Thank you. I'm hearing dad for some of you. There's something here to do with forgiveness and loving your dad for something. Like there's like this negative energy that is, in a sense, kind of keeping you bound. But your loved one is saying to first focus on your self-love, because the more that you focus on your self-love, you will find that it will be easier to forgive people and also to love other people if you have found it difficult to connect with others. Like, I'm being shown how you've always found it much easier to connect with animals and plant life, but that when it comes to like humans, you also have the ability to do that if you found it difficult to connect with people. It just stems with loving yourself, because you naturally radiate that energy out when you love yourself, and the process becomes easier and you'll just draw people to you more naturally that way. Next we have, there is plenty for everyone, including me. So this is understanding that there is no lack in the universe. The universe is very abundant. There is no lack of money. There is no lack of resources. There is no lack of love. So your loved one is saying there is plenty to go around for everyone, including you. So whatever it is you want to do, getting yourself into that attitude of gratitude will help you see this, and also celebrating the successes of other people, because then you're realizing that you're seeing a light in someone else that is in you, and people will be more apt to celebrate you if you celebrate them. This card here is just about understanding that there is plenty for you just as well as everybody else. So working on a mindset that gets you away from scarcity and lack will draw the things to you that you want, and also getting into an attitude of gratitude and appreciation. That is what will draw more things to you that you want. I am in the process of positive change. So yeah, these are steps you've already been taking right now. So what else is going on? Yeah, the gal in this card, she made birds out of paper with her scissors. She cut like shapes of birds. So just another confirmation of how connected you are to animal life and the plant life, and that you're in the process of that positive change right now, and that you're doing a very good job. And the scissors kind of evoke a feeling of cutting away what no longer serves you, limiting beliefs, people who may not resonate with you at this time, and just being really willing to put yourself out there is what I'm seeing, that this is something you're already doing right now. So what are your final messages from your loved one? Thank you. They're saying, I am with you every step of the way. Yeah, your loved one is saying just keep going. They're with you every step of the way, and you are making great strides. And that's why you're in this energy of being ready to move to the next level, to the next phase of your life here. So, very cool, pile number 3. That is all that I am seeing. So grateful to your loved one for bringing the messages through. If your reading resonated, if you enjoyed it, please be sure to like, subscribe, comment down below, and I will see you on the next one. Bye.